One of the Nintendo Switch's best adventures is getting an expansion in the shape of the colossally long-titled Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 Edition plus Starcross World. There are expansions to the original game plus an all-new story DLC to get into, so without further ado, here are 15 things to know before you buy Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 Edition plus Starcross World. Exclusive new story. Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 upgrade comes packed with Starcross Land, an exclusive new story which coincides alongside the Pink Puffball's original Switch adventure. In here, the surprisingly ruinous Forgotten Land is struck by a heart-shaped meteor. A strange volcanic island rises out of the ocean whilst a shimmering blue sheen transforms the once familiar locations. Scattered throughout the world are crystal star fragments dubbed Starries, which Kirby must collect to seal away an impending evil. However, there are more troublesome changes beyond the Forgotten Land's newfound icy hue, which we'll describe throughout this feature. Switch 2 enhancements. Playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch 2 means enjoying the original game and its story expansion with higher quality graphics and improved frame rates, the latter up to a buttery smooth 60 FPS. Discussed during a recent Nintendo Treehouse Live presentation was a targeted 1080p resolution for tabletop and handheld modes alongside 1440p resolution when docked, bumping up the original Switch version 720p and 1080p resolution respectively. Upgrade path available. If you've already purchased the original Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch, then you're in luck, an upgrade path exists. Retailing at £16.99/$20, the price is a little higher than the Switch 2's usual upgrade price, but this reflects the Starcross World's inclusion as an expansion. If you're looking to purchase the upgraded Switch 2 game outright, then you'll need to fork over $66.99/$80. What is Kirby and the Forgotten Land? Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the Pink mascot's first true 3D platformer within which he explores a post-apocalyptic world full of abandoned structures that are jutting out of verdant pastures. Guiding Kirby through stages packed with enemies, puzzles, and collectibles galore, players can use his trademark copy abilities to transform him into the enemies that he inhales. The Forgotten Land won a lot of fans with its blend of classic Kirby charm with open exploratory level design. What is Kirby and the Forgotten Land story? The opening of a mysterious vortex transports Kirby to a strange world where Waddle Dees have been captured by the Beast Pack. Teaming up with new companion Elfilin, Kirby journeys through the Forgotten Land's diverse regions to battle enemies and bosses. The goal of each stage is to rescue the imprisoned Waddle Dees, who go on to help rebuild Waddle Dee Town. Starry stages. The meteor's impact has changed aspects of the Forgotten Land beyond its crystallized appearance. Previously inaccessible buildings can now be ascended, oceans can clear, exposing the seafloor. Break crystals and new paths are revealed, with areas once hidden now becoming explorable. To progress through the Starry stages, Kirby must rescue each of the Starries nestled inside. The story within the Starry stages triggers once Natural Plains, the opening area in the Forgotten Land's base game, has been completed, and flows alongside the game's main campaign. New Mouthful Modes. In the Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 Edition plus Starcross World overview trailer, Nintendo introduces 3 exciting new Mouthful Modes: Spring Mouth, Gear Mouth, and Sign Mouth. Now, for those unfamiliar, Mouthful Modes first appeared in the original Kirby and the Forgotten Land, where Kirby envelops himself around inanimate objects to gain unique abilities based on that item. These modes are some of the most inventive ways the game expands Kirby's powers, enhancing everything from traversal to exploration and even combat. Spring Mouth. Boing boinging Kirby super high around, the first Mouthful mode exclusive to Starcross World is Spring Mouth, whereby Kirby wraps himself around a spring, forcing him to bounce continuously. When spring mouthing, Kirby can make one especially high jump to scale lofty platforms and clear some large gaps. Furthermore, when midair, Kirby can smash downwards to break cracked ground, shatter crystals, or squash enemies beneath him. Gear Mouth. The second of Starcross World's 3 Mouthful modes is Gear Mouth, involving Kirby wrapping his mouth around a gear, which then allows him to roll across the ground, latch onto, and scale vertical surfaces and walls. Kirby can also launch a forward dash when in Gear Mouthful mode. Sign Mouth. Sliding down slopes is much more fun when Kirby has a sign in his mouth. In the third of Starcross World's Mouthful modes, by wrapping his gob around a sign, Kirby can slip and ski throughout the land, spinning through enemies and obstacles in his way, while sliding up ramps to launch himself into the air to clear chasms or grab otherwise unreachable objects and collectibles. Enemies are tougher. Now, it isn't just the landscape that's been affected by the meteoric crystals, but the enemies of the Forgotten Land too. Put simply, the enemies occupying the starry stages are tougher, the crystals appearing to make them stronger in attack whilst needing more hits to defeat overall. This extends to the Beast Pack too, with mid-bosses such as Wild Frosty transforming to Crystal Wild Frosty. Starcross World also harbors new enemies and mid-bosses, one in which resembles a Starry. A flower of some sort adorning crystallized armor is visible in Nintendo's Starcross World overview trailer. Starry Coins. Starry Coins are dotted throughout each Starry stage, and much like the main campaign Star Coins, can be collected by Kirby and spent in Waddle Dee Town, where there's a specific trader interested in these coins, Astronomer Waddle Dee. His stock? Well, it's a collection of Starcross World exclusive EX figures, obtainable through the Gotcha Machine EX. A new challenge awaits in the Colosseum. For the most part, Kirby in the Forgotten Land is a stately, largely unchallenging experience, except when Kirby steps foot in the Colosseum. The boss rush modes in there were brutal, and Starcross World looks to be catering to those even more hardcore players with its new challenge, the Ultimate Cub Z EX. Details are limited, but it seems likely the Ultimate Cub Z EX is unlocked after both the main campaign or the DLC's true ending is reached, and the Ultimate Cup is beaten. With the Ultimate Cub Z from the original The Forgotten Land tasking Kirby with defeating phantom versions of the game's bosses, it would be safe to assume the Ultimate Cub Z EX will feature a gauntlet of the Starcross World's more powerful enemies. The expansion is playable in co-op. Cooperative play is already a feature of Kirby in the Forgotten Land, with a second player assuming control of Bandana Waddle Dee. Now, Bandana Waddle Dee doesn't have the same abilities as Kirby, but there are some unique maneuver under his hat, from mid-air multi-jumps to sweeping spear attacks and shockwave finishers. There's no word on whether Bandana Waddle Dee's moveset has been expanded in Starcross World, but he's playable as a side character to Kirby all the same. No information on new copy abilities. Copy abilities in Kirby in the Forgotten Land allow our pink protagonist to mimic the abilities of enemies that he swallows, and together with the Mouthful Modes encompass an imaginative array of powers. Given Nintendo have given a close look of everything new that is coming in Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Switch 2 Edition plus Starcross World, but hasn't disclosed any information on new copy abilities, it might be that there's actually no new copy abilities coming. But we'll be keeping our eyes open for any new updates on this before the game's release on August 28th. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.